this brings me up into something else that I was thinking about. As a fighter, or like just as just training in the gym, you ever been into like a slump to where like you just feel like you're not progressing technically as fast as you should be or something? Like you just feel like, do you think that happens in the UFC sometimes, where fighters get into slumps and then they still take a fight and then they lose
Yeah,
and they like,
so if that shit could happen to me, I know it could happen to someone on a professional level. I think it does. Yeah.
do you think they should just be honest and you know, tell Dana what, like, hey, listen, I just feel like I'm in a slump right now. Give me 7 months. I'm gonna come back nastier than ever. Do you think being a fighter, you should just say that, just keep it a buck and be honest? Like, listen, right now, I don't know what's up. My hands ain't looking good. I feel X, Y, and Z. Give me 7 months. I'm gonna go to Thailand. I'm gonna go to Brazil. I'm gonna come back a dog. I'm trying to do this UFC thing. Do you think it'd be better?
I think by you saying that, you're putting too much of an emphasis on athletic ability and skill, where I think fighting is more mental. Like
Definitely is.
so I think you could have someone that's much better than you, but you could figure out a way to win. I think fighting is so much more mental. So I think it's more of a mental thing than an actual physical thing. So maybe that trip to Thailand could awaken something in you. Like not
Sometimes
necessarily, huh?
sometimes it is mental and spiritual. Sometimes you just
I think it's like like when you have like that slump. Because even with me, for me, if there's like a slump, if I were to like take a break, like sure, I got like back in those days when I used to have a college and I'd be gone for like a couple months, 3 months, I'd be like, damn, I should be training right now. But the crazy thing is, I would come back in a weird way better than before. It was weird. I would like, and I'm sure you've had that in the past too, where you've had like a long hiatus from the gym, and in sparring, you literally there's times where you actually regress a lot. It's like, damn.
yeah,
But
you get whooped on.
You
get whooped on. You
on.
come back to the gym. You're like, dang, am I that whack?
Yeah, because everybody been training while you was gone. Yeah. It's like, damn. Did they get that little? They get that little secret satisfaction because they know the yummy they couldn't do it before. Now they could do it.
And they know you got ranked.
Yeah. Like,
they go home smiling.
Yeah. but listen though. But then you got those times where, yo, there's been times I remember, bro. It would have been a minute since I came back to the gym, and I would come back on like a sparring night. I'd be so scared, but I'll get warmed up. And I'll be kind of in a way fighting smarter. So I'm not necessarily fast. Sometimes I would be though, but I would actually in a weird way be better than before my hiatus. It didn't happen often. It happened once in a blue moon, but it happened. You know what I mean? So
you fighting smart because you're like, I don't want to get hit.
Yeah, but then you start having fun and getting loose. It's like, oh shit, like okay.
Once you get loose though, it's a wrap though. Like if you get loose.
Yeah, get loose and comfortable. It's like, oh shoot. So I think that it's a hiatus could really help sometimes, especially with someone like me too, because I'm like I live in the gym. Like there'll be times like I'll be even you and I used to be at the gym like 2-3 times a day.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Are you a professional fighter? Like you a professional fighter? Like no, I fight, but I just kind of just do this for fun. Like what? And sometimes it'll kind of burn me out. Like I would be burned out, but not in a way where I disliked it. I'll just be burned out. My body be burned out. You take a break? Okay, go ahead. Talk. I'm talking too much, but go ahead, bro.
Nah. You saying all facts. Like you saying all facts. Sometimes you be at the gym going hardcore, and I think sometimes that's what happens to fighters. They lose, and then they will immediately get that loss back. Like, yo, that loss was a fluke. Look what I can do. And then they lose again. And then they put themselves 2 losses back to back, and now their back's against the rope. And like, I can't lose 3 times because if I lose 3 times, I'm out the UFC. But sometimes it might be better just to chill. Like, okay, I lost. Maybe I'm in a slump right now. Maybe I need to go figure it out. Because I was actually, this is one of the best things I ever heard from Jorge Masvidal. And it motivated me. He's like, sometimes we don't got it. So we got to go find it. And I think that's true. Some days you go to the gym and you don't got it. And you ever went to the gym like, yo, I just like,
I
feel whack. But
trash,
But then at the end of like a pad session, like 2 hours later, you're on a class, just a pad holding class or whatever. Like you just feel loose. You like some days you don't got it, and then you go to the gym and you go find it. Like I don't know what it is, but you just feel loose. I think fighters got to start doing that. They got to be their own advocates sometimes. And I think often it's that old dog mentality. Like, okay, I just took an L, let me get it back, but chill. Open up your mind and sort of just get out that slump.
And tying back to what you said just now, you could see that kind of happening with what's that man's name?
Well, wait, division.
Oh, he just lost to Glover. Jan Blachowicz.
Yeah, Blachowicz, yeah.
He's taking a tough fight. You know what I mean? It's like he's not really taking any time off. He wants to get back in there, and it could.
I missed it. Who's he fighting next?
Rakic.
Oh yeah. I agree. Rakic is a beast.
Yeah, fighting Rakic. So it's like
he just fought Thiago. So yeah,
I like you like this. Hold on. So let me. Okay, I'm gonna veer off real fast. You see this narrative that Jan is like not a crazy fighter. It's interesting. So when he was holding Izzy down because he was a higher weight, he was stronger than Izzy. That's why he was holding him down. Yes, they don't like to hear that. For some reason, they want to say it's because of skill. He was much stronger than Izzy.
Yeah.
Izzy came 204. He had to cut down to 205. Let's talk about it, right? So he was holding Izzy down. That's what happened there. But back when that was happening, go ahead.
Hold on. I'm also hopping in and piggyback because I agree. I actually thought that going into the 4th and 5th round, Izzy was up on Jan 2-1.
I had him winning the fight.
Up 2-1. And then in rounds 4 and 5, I had Izzy winning the stand-up portion of rounds 4 and 5. The stand-up portion. I had Jan winning the grappling portion and winning those rounds. So at the end of the fight, I said Jan edged out Izzy. But I didn't see any 10-8 rounds. I didn't see any dominating rounds for Jan. I don't think he was dominating Izzy. I think he beat Izzy by grappling. I don't think it was crazy. He wasn't wilding on Izzy. He was just bigger.
No, bro. I had Izzy edging that thing because number one, most of the fight, once the fight landed on the floor, it was over for Izzy. It was pretty much round over. But when it was on top, I had him edging it. He wasn't banging on him like he was banging on Brunson and nothing like that. I felt that he was edging it. And Jan
was getting tired.
To win. Huh?
Jan was getting tired and Izzy wasn't, and he was piecing him up.
Yeah, because I was going for Izzy in the fight, but I'm still transparent. I'm going to keep it 100. But I'm watching it. I'm like, yo, Izzy is outstriking Jan. So I actually had him winning because the thing is he didn't hold. It's not like he took Izzy down at the beginning of the round. He would take him down the last minute, last 45 seconds. It wasn't like in the beginning of the round.
I think it was middle of the round. I think he was catching him in the middle. He was catching him in the middle. But he wasn't bugging. But I agree.
And he wasn't going crazy. And watch this. When he was on the ground, was he freaking opening him up? Nah, Izzy was holding his own on the bottom.
And so back to your narrative, he was hot back then. And now he's whacking out because he lost to Glover.
Yeah, so when he was wrestling Izzy because he was bigger and stronger, it was Jan is a crazy fighter. He's crazy. He's fire. He's so technical. Oh, and he was standing up with Izzy. Oh, he's the best bet. Oh, he lost to Glover. Now he's not good anymore. That's all I see in the forums. Oh, Jan is not good. He's washed up. Or why was he looking like that? It's just interesting when I see the narrative change. Nonetheless, you got something to say about that?
Nah, you getting back to the slump thing?
So nonetheless, I see it. It's interesting to time back to what you said. My mind kind of went on that. I'm like, oh, Malik, right? Because look what you said, old dog mentality. And look, you got a perfect example with Jan taking Rakic. The dude lost last month, if that, a few weeks ago. Right back in there with a dog. So, you know what I mean? That's where my mind came in.
You want to prove it's a fluke. But I think sometimes it's like, yo, I got to keep it a buck. I lost before. And it wasn't a fluke. I had to sit down, watch what I did wrong, and see this is what I did wrong, and this is what I need to improve. And it takes time.
Right.
And once people see you have a transparent flaw in the UFC, it's sort of like cutting open some prey and throwing it into the sharks. Right. Once they see you got something, so imagine your flaw is wrestling, right? And you find, perfect example, Woodley. He was the best wrestler for a long time. And then he went against Usman. What happened? He got wrestled. Then he went against Kobe Covington. He got wrestled. Then he went against Gilbert Burns. He got rustled.
Gilbert Burns? He did?
I believe Woodley fought Gilbert Burns before he fought Vicente Luque. Yes. I'm almost positive.
I think he fought Colby before Vincent Luque. I don't think he did Gilbert, bro. Unless I could be wrong. I could have swore before Luque it was like Colby or something.
I'm looking it up right now. I don't want to speak false facts. If I'm wrong, I'll admit it. All right, so right now, mixed martial arts record. Vicente Luque, Colby Covington, Gilbert Burns, Kamaru Usman. So he fought Gilbert before Colby. Yeah, okay. So it's like.
So it was before. So how did that fight end?
I think it was just the same, where he got caught looking for that precision punch and backing up.
You're right, man. I did not know he fought Gilbert. I'm literally learning this as we speak. That's crazy.
It was sort of like the UFC put up the stats where like he's lost 15 rounds in a row.
Yeah.
Going back to the point of mental slump, when you get in that mental slump, don't try to rush and come back. And also, the UFC is full of sharks, and when they see you got a weakness, they're gonna try to exploit it.
Yeah.
So, and that's what they did, and that's how they get UFC gets these fighters out of there. Like, yo, listen, Tyron Woodley's already champion. We milked them for all the money we can. You know, we're not really eye to eye with Willie. Let's get him out of here. And that's what they do to these fighters. Get them for all their money. All right.
But I understood Tyron getting cut though. I kind of understood though. Even though
I understand him getting cut too. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. But like that
was so sad too. I watched him try to like knock out Luque and still get knocked out. Oh man, that was rough. I was like, I was rooting for him. I'm like, yo, Ty, where does it go?
You see a dude trying to fight for his job, basically. Like he's fighting for his position. And it's sort of like a passing of the torch. It's sort of like when Uriah Hall fought Anderson Silva. I didn't want to see that fight. Yeah, so I don't know.
I got Paul, by the way, but we could talk about that when the time comes up. I got Paul.
Versus Willie?
Facts. I got
Paul too. I don't
want to hear none of that shit you're talking about, Willie. I don't want to. You had me the first time around. You had me, and I was on that. I'm like, yo, Willie about to wild out. I got Paul whooping that ass. There's nothing you can say. I don't want to hear. Nothing you gotta say. That. Show me.
I don't want to see that one. I want to see. I want to see the younger brother, Logan. I want to see Logan and Usman versus Usman. I'm bringing it back up. I want to see Logan versus Usman.
Bro, that's a fight Usman would do, but it's just so stupid, bro.
It's so stupid that I will watch it. I'd be like, why is Usman fighting Logan? It's such a listen.
And the thing is, too, it's interesting. Because the thing is, I think Usman actually is very good with his money. I know why Tyron acting like that.
Yeah,
but I think Usman is actually, if I had to guess, just by judging his character, I think he's good with his money. That's why he might be searching for a Canelo fight overall. Because he didn't mention Paul. He specifically mentioned Canelo. You know you're about to get your jaw broken with Canelo. Pause.
Yeah. You know that. Yeah. I mean, you're gonna get to the bag. You're looking for one big bag and get out of there.
I got Paul though, man. But so going back, I think there is such a thing as a technical slump.
Yeah.
And I believe
it's like writer's block.
Yeah. So should you say, and that's right. That is right. Because there's been times where I'll go to the gym. But does a technical slump last 3 months though? That's the thing though. Like a typical camp is 3 months.
If you keep losing, it's like a snowball.
Oh, you mean like a mental, you talk about like a real mental problem you have in terms of fighting.
Because listen, a technical slump can turn mental.
Okay,
you feel me?
What you're saying.
Because anything can turn mental if it's not working out the way you want it to work out. So sometimes I think you need a hard reset. Look at things from a different angle. Try some different skills. Because sometimes I feel like when you're in camp all the time, you don't really get to play with other skills. It's sort of like do what you're good at. So you don't really develop any new skills. How do you feel about that?
With that too Oh, say again. You don't get to develop skills because you in camp working on,
You're
constantly working
sharpening
on.
you're sharpening the skills that you're good at, and you're sort of working on defenses. But say, like, let's just say that you're not a guy who throws a lot of spinning kicks, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're in camp, you're not gonna train and waste your time learning how to develop a spinning kick because that's a waste of time. We know that you're not a good spinning kick thrower, so why are we gonna waste 6 weeks to learn how to throw a spinning kick? You're not gonna have a good spinning kick. We might as well just put all the effort into sharpening up some holes in the defense and sharpening up your offense, not trying to get you to learn how to do a spinning kick. But if you take a step back and you're not in camp or something and you're not preparing for a fight, now you can work these other things. You can come back with like the spinning hook kick like Barboza or something, or you can come back with the nasty head movement. Look at Aldo. He came back with some sick boxing.
Yeah. And I think a great example of that is Kevin Holland, where he lost to Vittori, and then you used to see him week after week. He said, "Listen, let me fall back and learn this wrestling." And you saw a whole different Kevin Holland when he fought Homeboy. He was on his feet, wilding on his feet. But guess what? When it came to wrestling, he wasn't getting babied. Like he was doing his thing. Like he was at least.
Yeah.
I think he might have took him down one time, but he was at least like kind of
holding his own.
sturdy. Yeah.
Holding his own.
And I felt like that kind of elevated his game a little bit. So that's a good example. I feel you.
I mean, look at Chimaev. Chimaev, it wasn't by choice, but he fell back and he came back a dog still.
Yeah.
So, like, imagine if he would have kept fighting, he might have got to the top or he might have burned himself out. But there's a lot of fighters who try to prove or just like time after time show like, that was a fluke. Look at Luke Rockhold taking tough fight after tough fight. Anderson Silva, tough fight after tough fight. Yeah, take the tough fights, but it don't got to be back to back to back to back. You could pause, chill, learn some new skills, and come back. I know the UFC, right? If you think about it, it's a business, so they're gonna put the pressure on you to fight, right?
Mm.
But what's worse, pressure on you to fight, or the pressure you're gonna feel if you lose?
Yeah, right.
And that's what fighters got to see.
Right. Interesting. That's interesting. That's an interesting point.